What's up, everybody? It's News Now, Ohio. Okay, so today we're going to talk about disorderly conduct. We know how the police like to use that as the catch-all for arresting anybody they can. Okay? Disorderly conduct in Ohio, every state's different, but in Ohio, disorderly conduct states that disorderly conduct is making an offensively coarse gesture, annoying noises. There's so much in it. It's just nuts, guys. I'm talking about they have disorderly conduct as regular disorderly conduct, and they have disorderly conduct as being drunk and disorderly, which is, called basically being drunk and disorderly is a different class of a misdemeanor, I believe, and it's where you cause physical harm to somebody, and that includes yourself. They can arrest you if if they think your actions are causing harm to somebody. Then there's also disorderly conduct at an emergency, where disobeying a lawful order at the scene of an emergency is considered disorderly conduct. If it's a lawful order now, it's got to be a lawful order. Then they've got disorderly conduct at a meeting, a public meeting. So if you interfere with the meeting in any way by making noises or gestures or any kind of disruption of the due process of the meeting, the due course of the meeting, the way it would generally unfold, I guess is what they're trying to say. Now, cops love to use this, and it's because it's such a wide-ranging law. I think disorderly conduct can be determined, it could be deciphered many different ways by different people. For instance, it says, we have freedom of speech. So with freedom, I believe that disorderly conduct flies right in the face of freedom, First Amendment. I mean, it's something that they can use against us anytime they want, basically, and probably get it to stick 99% of the time. When they consider, every time we flip the bird at them, they would hit us with disorderly conduct if there wasn't an actual Supreme Court ruling on flipping a cop the bird. But any kind of trying to get somebody to fight, things like that, that's disorderly conduct. There's also a thing in there where if your actions or words, how can I say it, offend two or more people, then it can be considered disorderly conduct. I think that's why, like when you've seen, Texas Sheepdog and them, they're out there flipping the bird or saying "fuck you" to a cop. The cops go and try to find complainants. Now, that's a whole totally different thing. Them searching down a complainant, that's not legal. They can't do that. A plaintiff has to come to them and say, "Oh, I'm offended." And it can't fall under free speech. You say free speech, people say free speech, but it's just so confusing, guys. It's really hard it's a really hard one to explain. We have freedom of speech to say whatever we want within reason. And for them to say that let's say I'm out at the grocery store, and I'm sitting there going, can they consider that disorderly conduct? If a couple people say, "Would you stop doing that, man? That's annoying." Can they say that that's disorderly conduct? Yeah, they can. And that's why I believe that disorderly conduct is an unlawful law. I believe it's flies in the face of our Constitution. Just by them making a law trying to limit what we can say is straight ridiculous. It is 100% anti-First Amendment. You know, they say we have freedom of speech. Well, if we had freedom of speech, then I can go do 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 all day long if I want to. You know, what if I have Tourette's and that's what I do? You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, come on, guys. I mean, everybody can surely see that disorderly conduct flies in the face of the First Amendment. Anytime they make a law stating what we can and can't say, or we'll be charged with a crime, is 100% violating our constitutional rights. They can't say that. I mean, that's just, I don't know. I don't know how any disorderly conduct outside of somebody, acting crazy, sorry guys, I had to smack a bumblebee out of my way. Outside of them saying, getting crazy or disruptive, like physically, then I would say that, yeah, then they can get them for disorderly conduct. But for speech alone, no. It's sort of like interfering. The police like to try to get you for interfering. You can say whatever you want at a track. If you're cop watching and you're sitting there and watching, I can say whatever I want while I'm cop watching. You know what I mean? I can talk to the people they're talking to, as long as I'm not interrupting them and hindering the cop from doing his job. I can tell a passenger, hey, you don't have to give them your ID. I can say that. SCOTUS has ruled that speech alone doesn't constitute interfering when you're cop watching. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's just that, and that's as simple as that. Would it fall under disorderly conduct if they said you're hindering an emergency situation? I mean, here in Ohio, that's one of the disorderly conduct laws or subsections, is hindering an investigation at an emergency, hindering an emergency personnel, cop, firefighter, EMS. That's, all of those would be considered disorderly conduct. But again, I want everybody's opinion. My opinion is that anytime they say that what we say can result in a charge, as long as it isn't fighting words, then, like I said, do all day long, it shouldn't be considered disorderly conduct. I mean, let's think about it. That's my freedom of speech. I should be able to say doodle-doodle-doo as long as I want, anywhere I want, and not be charged with a crime for that. So, give me you guys' opinions. I'm going to bring up interfering in the next one. Okay, guys? On the next video, I'm going to touch on what's interfering. Okay? So, I want your opinions on what you guys think disorderly conduct is. And do you agree with what I'm saying by it 100% flies in the face of the First Amendment and our free speech? It's trying to say we can be charged with a crime for simply saying something that offends somebody. That's anything I say or anything anybody ever says will offend somebody. It's going to offend somebody somewhere. It just always does. You know what I mean? Even if it's just something political, like, oh, I say Trump is great, it's going to offend a lot of people. If I say Trump is bad, it's going to offend a lot of people. So anything I say in a situation like that, could that be considered disorderly conduct? If I voice my opinion on the president or a congressman, etc., etc. Okay, come on, guys. Let me hear your voice. Okay, I really want to know what you guys think. All right, y'all. That's about it. Okay, I'm gonna be going up to Cary, Ohio next week. Anybody wants to give me a hand going up there, I'm gonna put my PayPal link in the comments. I'm gonna pin it to the top of the comments, guys. Anything helps. I'm going up there though next week. It's 100%. I'm going with or without any help. Something's going on right here. I'm going to go with or without any help if you guys, if you guys want to help, I greatly appreciate it. Maybe it's just a train. I don't know. That's just weird. Usually I've never seen it backed up this far from a train, and I don't hear a train. But all right, guys, look, give me a shout out. Let me know what's up. Everybody, stay safe. News Now Ohio, out.